When the holiday makers and the day trippers have all gone home, fishing communities are still here all year round. Boats set to sea in all sorts of weathers, with the crews leaving often anxious relatives behind. Diane's been to meet some fishermen's wives who've experienced that concern for the safety of their loved ones and have turned to song to help them through.
The Fishwives Choir are based in Southend-on-Sea in Essex. They're in good voice now, but back in 2008, when the choir was formed, singing couldn't have been further from the mind of founder member Jane Dolby. Jane lost her husband Colin, who was a fisherman, when a freak storm overturned his trawler and he drowned.
It was absolutely awful dealing with the emotional fallout of losing the man that I loved. But after I lost Colin, nothing really mattered to me. And the one thing that I found that I couldn't do anymore was sing. It wasn't a conscious thing, it was just something that very gradually eroded from my life. I was so focused on just trying to survive, I think, emotionally, and physically, practically.
With the help of the Fishermen's Mission charity, Jane and her children slowly started to rebuild their lives.
They got involved in our lives and they stopped us from sinking as well. And I always promised that one day I would do something to help the Fishermen's Mission and say thank you. I mean, that was never going to be a sponsored diet, so what I loved was music. So I thought what I would do is gather together a few of the local girls who are married to fishermen or from fishing families. I had no idea it was going to take off, but I think God's hand was really on the project right from the start.
Make every day like it's the last. And since the choir started, they've continued to raise money for the charity.
I thought we were doing that 3 times. Yeah. When I very first became a Christian, a friend of mine said, you have to give up what you love most, you know, for God. And if you're supposed to have it, God will give it back to you. And I didn't give up music. It wasn't a deliberate choice, but I did give it over. It wasn't in my life anymore. And I can't believe that the thing that I loved all this time, that God gave back to me.
Essequibo River is the king of rivers all.
Now we are somebody, oh.
Essequibo River is the king of rivers all.
Now we are somebody, oh.
This choir, for as long as it continues, with God's blessing, is something that I feel joyous to be a part of.
Now we are somebody, oh.
I can't believe I did that.
From a sea shanty to a hymn I'm sure you'll recognise, also known as the Sailor's Hymn, it remembers seafarers and the perils they face. Pam's signing up with the Salvation Army to celebrate their 150th anniversary, and she'll be visiting a farm that meant something special to that movement's founder, William Booth. But to end today's show, a fitting hymn. Thanks for watching.